はい、どうも、村田です。引き続き、ザ・スタンリー・パラボルやっていきたいと思います。前回は彼女がいればよかったなっていう感じでしたね。よくわかんなかったですね、結局。何を見せられたのか。もっと素晴らしい。スタンリーは一人になりました。私はついに手に入れた。随分とセリフが違いますね。
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
前回の話だと、これはスタンリーの妄想みたいなことをナレーションが言ってましたが、僕がどこまで理解できてるのか分かってないです。
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
ちょっと右ドアを
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
探
it
索してみまし
perfectly
ょう。
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
ちょっと思ったことがあって、前回
Look,
電話
Stanley,
出
I
た
think
じゃないです
perhaps we've
か。
gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
それな
investing
ん
your
か
trust in
出な
someone
かった
else
ら
can
どう
be
なるのかな
difficult,
と思
but
っ
the
たんですよ
fact
ね。
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by
あとこ
yourself.
こですね。
I'm not asking
飛び
for
降り
me,
て
I'm asking for
あの
her.
道に行けないかなとも思うんですけども、
This is it, Stanley.
まず電話行き
Your
ますね。
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
はい、ここで電話を取ってくださいってなるんですけれども、これ大事。
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
はい、
No, that
切り
wasn't
ました。
supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
お、またナレーションが
It's
終わってます
definitely
ね。
clear as
いい
day.
ですね。
Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
とにかく間違った選択です。どうしてそんなことができたんですか
Supposed to mean anything. I don't
と言われま
understand.
しても。
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
君はサンディではありません。君は
I
実
can't
在す
believe
る
I was
人
so
間だ。
mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
教育ビデオをご覧ください。
This helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
教育されて
For
ます、
example,
今。
in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
はい。というわけで、馬の耳に念仏って噛んだ。なんかもう、色とか変ですけど、とりあえず行ってみましょう。乗ればいいんですかね。
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
割とナレーションがブチ切れてる
Unfortunately,
感ありま
it's
す
not
よ
well
ね、
equipped
言う
to
こと
deal
聞け
with
て。
reality.
はい。もしかしたらあれですかね、やってないんですけど、俺最初柵なかったんで、飛び降りたら死ぬみたいのがあったんだと思います。多分。案内されてますね。
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
ドアがあるところまで戻されてると思います、今。
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
スタンリーのように振る舞うことです。
Responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. はい、じゃあ、右に行きます。怒られるな、絶対。これ。 No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
まだ手遅れじゃないはずだ。はい。なんかもうおかしいですね、これ。左に入ります。
It's ruined.
Everything
we talked about. My story. You've destroyed my work.
ぶち切れてますね。
For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage?
ごめんなさい。
It's worthless now. And what am I
ぶち切れて
supposed
る。
to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
おお
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
ゲーム
What, did
が
you think that would be funny?
終わっ
You
ちゃい
just
ま
had to
す。
see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
もう今日怒られてばっかですね、これ
Occurred
ね
to。you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Your child.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
返されまし
responsibility
たね、
and
また。
always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead
元
and
気
you'll
に
be
やってる
fine.
ことを
All
隠
right.
してます。
When
大丈夫。
Stanley came to a set of
今日
two
よく
open
噛む
doors,
な。
he entered the door on his left.
どうしよっかな。まあ、右ですよね、これね。
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley
強
would.
制。
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
まあ、左に行ってみましょうか。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
まあ、一番最初と一緒になるんですかね、この後。
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
これ、一番最初、下に行く階段ありましたよね、そういえば。行けなくなってますね。さすがに最初とは違うかもしれませんね。お、
Stepping inside his manager's office,
マネ
Stanley
ー
was
ジャーのオ
once
フィス
again
ですね。
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw
話す
from
練
within
習など
himself
した
the
ことがあり
courage
ま
to
せんでし
face
た。
the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Eh?
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
ナイトシャーク1は5って喋れって言ってますけ
You
ど
didn't、mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
このゲーム、マイク機能とかないっすよね。
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know
怒っ
what?
ちゃった。
It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you
右のドア行
wanted
ったら
over there.
怒
Why
るじゃ
did you
ん。
come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
上から見てますね、
Stanley,
今。
please.
スタンリーの顔
I
みた
need
い
you
な。
to make a choice. I need you
し
to walk through
エ
the
ンド、
door.
終わり。
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
クレジットの流れ始めた。
It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you
い
understand?
やー、いいゲームでしたね。何も解決してね。
I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
結局、これはスタンリーの妄想だったんですかね。それとも、
I need this.
このナレーターの作ったお話でしたみたいな。わかんない。
Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
わかる人いたら、誰か教えてください。
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
ナレーターの声ちょっと弱ってますね。
Take as